Good evening, and you're joining the national news broadcast on ChannelEye, and we are ready to bring you the top stories from home and around the world. I'm Nathalia Virvardhana.
A very good evening to you. I'm Dishan Virakon, and we start off by taking a look at your headlines for tonight.
Travel restrictions will be removed tomorrow. A new set of health guidelines has been issued. A limited number of trains and buses will be operated within provinces for essential services. The number of fully recovered patients exceeds 200,000. People of all age categories are affected by the Delta variant. Vanilatho says government's organic fertilizer policy is useful to the country.
And on the main story for tonight, travel restrictions will be relaxed from 4 a.m. tomorrow. The Health Ministry has issued guidelines on the implementation of travel restrictions from tomorrow. Interprovincial travel restrictions are continuing. The number of persons who can leave a home or a hostel has been limited to 2 persons. Public transport will be operated on before essential staff in the Western Province. In other provinces, passengers will be limited to 50% of the seating capacity. Only 2 persons can travel in private and hired vehicles and taxis. The Health Ministry has requested to maintain utility services and other essential services with a minimum staff. Employees should be encouraged to work from home at all possible times. The head of state and private organizations can decide the number of employees to be called for service. The Director General of Health Services has said that governments and other industries should function as a bio-bubble. Banks and financial organizations will be opened, and only 10 persons will be allowed at any time for transactions. Agriculture and plantation industries can function. The Health Ministry has given permission to open-air weekly fairs under strict limits imposed by local government institutions. The economic centers will be opened only for wholesale trading. Permission has been given to registered mobile traders to distribute essential goods. Western Province has not given permission to traders on pavements, but other province has given permission to them. Retail trade stalls can be opened, limiting to 3 customers at once. Permission has been given for bakeries and bakery services under those limits. Supermarkets have been given permission to open, allowing only 25% of the capacity. Shopping complexes will be kept closed in the Western Province, but they can be opened in other provinces. Meetings and blessing programs have been banned. Motor garages, tyre services and vehicle service centers can be maintained without allowing gatherings. Permission has been given to maintain tailoring shops, dressmaking, communication, photocopy shops, clothes, textile and other retail services under the limits. Only 3 customers can enter such places at once. Furniture and hardware shops and laundries will be opened. Only 1 customer can enter salons and beauty parlors. Clothing shops in the Western Province will be closed, but in other provinces they can be opened with 25% of the customer capacity. Courts will be opened only for urgent and essential duties. Visitors are not allowed at prisons, elders and children's homes, and daycare centers can be maintained with 50% of the capacity. Permission has been given to conduct individual sports training. The Health Ministry has recommended to keep closed gymnasiums, indoor sports stadiums and swimming pools. Walking paths are opened to walk alone. Wedding registrations have been permitted with the participation of 10 persons, which includes the bride and groom. Only 15 people can attend a funeral, which is not a COVID death. The funeral should be held within 24 hours after releasing the body. Private functions at homes will not be permitted. Religious places, libraries, film halls and museums will be closed. Eating food in restaurants is banned, but permission has been given to distribute online orders. The Director General of Health Services has ordered to keep closed casinos, nightclubs, betting centers, massage parlors, pubs, bars, hotels and restrooms.
In the meantime, police media spokesman CNDIG Ajit Rohana says that 20,000 police officers will be deployed tomorrow to check whether health guidelines are being properly followed. He mentioned this during a media briefing in Colombo today. Police media spokesman Senior DIG Ajit Rohan has said that police expect to operate 700 sudden roadblocks apart from the 14 roadblocks tomorrow at the entry points to the Western Province. He said that officers in civil clothes will be on duty at junctions and at other large places.
සංකීර්ණ ආශ්‍රිතව සුපිරි වෙළඳසැල් ආශ්‍රිතව අපි යෙදවීමට කටයුතු කරනවා.
ඩෙල්ටා ප්‍රභේදය පැතිරීමේ තියෙන භයානකකම ගැන
State Minister Channa Jayasuman has said that they are on alert for the risk of spreading the Delta variant. He requested the people not to leave their homes except for an essential work, although the travel restrictions were relaxed. 17 trains will be operated within provinces from 4 am tomorrow to 10 pm on the 23rd. Accordingly, 6 trains on the main line, 4 trains in the coastal line, 4 trains on the Kalani Valley line and 3 trains on Puttalam line will be operated. Sri Lanka Transport Board has announced that a limited number of buses will be in run from tomorrow within the provinces. Meanwhile, 24 ground Nilgiri divisions in 12 districts have been isolated from 4 am tomorrow. Arame Pedesa 66 Watt of Dematagoda police area in the Colombo district, 3 ground Nilgiri divisions in the Gampaha district, 1 ground Nilgiri division in the Ampara district, 4 ground Nilgiri divisions of Batiklo district and 3 ground Nilgiri divisions in the Ratnapura district have been isolated. 2 ground Nilgiri divisions in the Kalutara district, 1 ground Nilgiri division in the Jaffna district, 5 ground Nilgiri divisions in the Mathari district, 1 ground Nilgiri division in the Puttalam district, 1 ground Nilgiri division in the Nuvareli district, 1 ground Nilgiri division in the Gaul district and 1 ground Nilgiri division in the Mathari district have also been isolated. 82 ground Nilgiri divisions in 12 districts have been removed from isolation list from 4 am tomorrow. Further information can be obtained by logging into our website at www.runews.lk.
Meanwhile, police media spokesman Senior DIG Ajit Rohan says that the public should strictly adhere to quarantine regulations and newly revised health guidelines following the lifting of island-wide travel restrictions tomorrow.
Under any circumstances, general public are not allowed to cross the provincial borders. That rule is strictly implemented. Special entertainment trips are prohibited. Religious tours are prohibited, and public gatherings, parties, workshops and other meetings are prohibited. Customer centers such as shopping complex, supermarkets and other shops, they should implement a mechanism to enforce the COVID guidelines, rules and regulations. Hand washing facility should be provided in front of that particular institution or customer center. A person should be appointed to monitor the body temperature at the entrance. In addition to that, inside the premises, they should take appropriate action to respect the concept of social distancing. Everyone should wear a face mask all the time, and the drivers, conductors and assistants of the public transport services, bus services, they should take all the precautionary measures, especially the passengers should be limited to the seating capacity. Every passenger should wear a face mask, and we are monitoring the situation. You must obey with quarantine rules and regulations and special guidelines introduced by Director General Health Services.
Now, the number of fully recovered persons from COVID-19 exceeded 200,000 today, with 1,996 persons leaving hospitals today following full recovery. The total number of fully recovered persons has reached 201,389. 1,553 COVID-19 patients were detected in the country today. 3,261,432 vaccines have been given so far under COVID-19 vaccination program. 9,577 have been given yesterday the first dose of the Sinopharm vaccine. 16,534 have been given the second dose of the Sinopharm vaccine yesterday. The first dose of the Sputnik V vaccine has been given to 13,775. The second dose of the Sputnik V vaccine has been given yesterday to 2,610. The vaccination program was implemented successfully today as well. The second dose of the Sinopharm vaccine was given today to journalists and other staff of media organizations at Sri Jayawardenepura General Hospital. Director General of Health Services has confirmed that 47 COVID-related deaths were reported yesterday. Sri Lanka Veterinary Doctors Association says that a wrong opinion is spread stating that coronavirus is spread through animals, with a lion at Dehiwala Zoological Garden being infected with the virus.
And now it's time to take a look at the global situation of the pandemic. Brazil's death toll for COVID-19 passed a grim milestone of 500,000, with experts warning that this number expected to worsen in near future. Meanwhile, the Delta variant of novel coronavirus has been found to affect people of all age groups, according to a recent study. Coronavirus has claimed the lives of more than 3.8 million people and infected over 178 million globally. Brazil surpassed 500,000 deaths from COVID-19, registering 2,300 new fatalities in the past 24 hours. The country recorded an additional 82,200 cases of coronavirus yesterday, with nearly 17.9 million cases of the disease registered since the pandemic began over the past week. Brazil has averaged 2,000 deaths per day. Approximately 11% of Brazilians are fully vaccinated and 29% have received a first dose, according to Health Ministry data. COVID-19 has continued to devastate countries around the region, with the Pan American Health Organization reporting 1.1 million new cases of COVID-19 and 31,000 deaths in the Americas last week. Experts have pointed out that the toll in Brazil is climbing far higher and expected to reach 700,000 or 800,000 deaths. Meanwhile, Indian health experts have cautioned on the reopening of cities and states in the country with a highly infectious Delta variant still at large in society. They have pointed out that failing to adopt an effective COVID-19 prevention strategy would result in a third wave in 3-4 months. India has reported 58,400 new COVID-19 infections over the past 24 hours. The total number of cases of COVID-19 in India has risen to 29.9 million, and so far 386,700 people have died. Deaths rose by 1,570 overnight. In the meantime, a study has revealed that the Delta variant of novel coronavirus has been found to affect people of all age groups, including babies to 80 plus. Women and men are equally hit, though male patients are slightly higher in number, the study has revealed. Though Delta variant has affected across age groups, a higher number of cases are found in the 20 to 30 age group. Children, teenagers and those in the 30 to 39 age groups have also affected by it. According to Public Health England, which is currently monitoring the Delta variant and its mutations around the world, including India, the age-sex pyramid of the variant has shown the virus affecting people across all age groups. UK's scientific advisor has said that a third wave of the coronavirus pandemic is definitely underway as the vaccine program races to outpace the Delta variant spread across the UK. It came after Public Health England reported a 79% rise in the number of cases of the variant first identified in India in a week. Hospital admissions have also doubled. It is believed that the Delta variant, first found in Maharashtra and initially dubbed as the double mutant, is fueling the current second COVID-19 wave across the country. The United Kingdom recorded 10,321 new infections in the last 24 hours, along with 14 deaths. The country has reported a total of 4.6 million cases and 127,900 deaths thus far.
And now taking a look at more stories here at home. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa is celebrating his 72nd birthday today. As the present leader of the state and a diplomat, he is taking forward the country amid various challenges. Now this is a short note about the leadership of the country with Mr. Mahinda Rajapaksa in 2005 with immense confidence. The only wish of the people who were affected by terrorism was a free tomorrow. The selection of Mr. Mahinda Rajapaksa with the hopes of the motherland for the leadership was Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa, shouldering the wish of the motherland, gave leadership to the humanitarian operation by directing suitable persons. Meeting the aspirations of the people for peace, that is how the 30-year-old terrorism was ended. Thereafter, the development process commenced. The unclean capital city became an attractive place under the direction of Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa. This duty is an evidence for that effort. The powerful journey that could not be weakened by mudslinging and insults ended by becoming the only hope of the people. The motherland wanted a strong and unwavering leadership. The country expected a leader who rejects extremism and racism. All the people in the country wish for a leader who can create a country without the fear of death. It was also the wish of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna led by Mr. Mahinda Rajapaksa. Finally, the wish of this voice is raised on behalf of the people who have been able to experience the results. Finally, he stood by the people. He nurtured a political vision that went beyond a traditional political character. The public expects to see the prosperous country within the energy of the most matured leader.
Meanwhile, farmers say that a successful harvest can be obtained by using organic fertilizer. They said that there is a high demand for food products without toxins. A farmer at Bandarawela, Malwatta Samachetiyagama, is maintaining a successful grapes cultivation using organic fertilizer. Farmer Charles Sanivirathan says that he is getting a high income through his cultivation by changing their opinion that grapes cannot be cultivated without using chemical fertilizer and pesticides. An owner of a small tea estate at Valimad area is maintaining a successful tea plantation for about 14 years using organic fertilizer. Mr. Karunadasa Vikramatunga produces fertilizer and liquid needed for the tea plantation at his own garden. He said that fertilizer is also given to other tea planters in the area. He said that there is a high demand for tea leaves obtained using organic fertilizers. State Minister D.B. Herath made an inspection tour of Polonnaruwa Kaduruwela Livestock Resource Farm to look into a possibility of launching an organic fertilizer project at the place. State Minister pointed out that waste, aquatic plants and animal waste of the farm can be used for the purpose. The project will be implemented by the Civil Defence Force. Leader of the indigenous people, Uruwarige Vanilatto, says that a healthy generation will be created if people commence using organic fertilizer. He mentioned this during a discussion with the chairman of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation, Jampati Bandara Hinkinda, at the Daman radio of SLBC.
Now, views were expressed about the leader of the United National Party, Ranil Wickremesinghe, entering parliament at some media briefings today. Parliamentarian Mujibur Rahman said that they have no problem with Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe entering the parliament. He said that they struggle inside and outside of parliament under the leadership of Sajid Premadasa as the Samagi Jana Balawegaya. He requested Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe also to join that struggle. Parliamentarian Patali Champika Ranavaka said that Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe's arrival is a decision of the UMP. He is a politician with experience. Minister Vasudev Nayanakar said that there can be a conflict between him and Samagi Jana Balawegaya. There can be problems related to the post of opposition leader. If Mr. Wickremesinghe can get Tamil and Muslim parties, then he will only need a small group. The speaker can accept who has more representation in the opposition.
There is a risk of a dengue outbreak at present in the country. Accordingly, a special dengue eradication program is scheduled to be implemented at all police areas. A dengue eradication program was held today at Mirihan area jointly by the Western Province Senior DIG Office, Police Environmental Division and Mirihana Police Division. 200 police officers took part in the program. Several activities including police officers visiting homes and educating the public, destruction of probable mosquito breeding places with the participation of residents and fumigation took place. Drones were used to inspect roofs of high-rise buildings. Children are the biggest treasure of the parents, and they make unlimited sacrifices to make them a productive citizen to the country. This father, whose profession is plucking coconuts, makes an immense commitment to his 4 children, even providing them with the mother's love. This story, in connection with the World Father's Day today, is reported as a special appreciation for the father. The destitute family lives at a rented place at Dambulla Temple Road Junction. The 41-year-old Salia Samankumara earns a living by plucking coconuts. He has been doing this job for more than 30 years. It has been many years that the wife of Salia has gone abroad, abandoning him and 4 children. Although eldest daughter of Salia got married, she has returned to the rented house of the father with her 2 children following an unsuccessful marriage. Salia is nurturing 6 children at present with the small amount he earns by climbing coconut trees. Although there are severe economic difficulties, Salia is providing meals to the children, giving a meaning to a father's love.
Now, online technology has become popular with the pandemic. School children are now getting used to the technology. However, due to telephone signal failures in certain areas, online technology is facing difficulties. Remote areas of the country has been severely affected by this situation. Lack of telephone signals has become an obstacle for the children at several areas of Passara in the Badula district to continue their education. As a result, they have to walk to Vadukanda Forest Reserve, which is a very difficult task. Children of farmer families of Vadukanda and Othumba villages have been more affected by the situation. It is a difficult and insecure situation to travel about 5 miles daily from the villages to the Vadukanda Forest Reserve, and staying that people in the area said that they are facing livelihood issues also as a result. Now, the Ratana Sutra is chanted island-wide, invoking blessings on the people and the country affected by the corona pandemic. It is taking place to coincide with the National Piriven Day. The Ratana Sutra is chanted at 814 Pirivens and 11 education institutes of Buddhist Dasasil Mata. The Ministry of Dhamma Schools, Piriven and Bhikkhu Education State Ministry says it has been organized at provincial levels as well. The Ratana Sutra chanting in the Western Province has been organized yesterday at Kaduwela Kotalawala Pura Takshila Mahapirivena. A group of people, including Director General of Pirivena, Venerable Vatina Paha Somananda Thera, Chief Prelate of Pirivena, Venerable Kanangamanarada Thera, the Mahasangha and State Minister Vijit Berugoda were present on the occasion. The Ratana Sutra chanting will be held for 1 week at Waduwa Delduwa Ganevatta Historic Temple, Sirisumana, Pirivena. It has been organized under the guidance of Chief Monk of the temple, Venerable Delduwe Sumana Thera. And that's a wrap up tonight's Primetime News, and until we meet again next time, do take care and good night.
Good night and stay safe.